There was a time we went to the hospital, my child was sick, and we didn't have money, and I was trying to negotiate with the hospital if they could, treat the child and we'll pay later. And it was taking a little bit of time, and he just came in and was yelling at me, you don't know how to do things. What? All these people, you can't even talk to them. Who are they? They are beneath you, and you're allowing them to do this and do that. And I got upset. I was like, why are you being a jerk? And excuse my language. And I went off into the car to sit down, and immediately he was coming into the car. His punch was the first thing that I was seeing on my jaw.
My property, my house has been moved. Everything in there, because my house is in Ogudu GRA, where I built my own house, but I was staying close to St. Nicholas College in Magodo, because if a student needs attention, I should be able to wake up 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to attend to it and do what I got to do. So they had moved all the properties I have in Lagos. I lost plenty of them, like 80% of my lands, because it was just the bag I traveled to America with that I had just with me.
So the documents for those lands were taken?
People are bidding on my property, and I'm looking at it, and I feel because I can't defend what you don't have evidence to. So it was a planned thing.
The evidence was taken?
There's no evidence, because you came back, they've moved your load out of the house, and you can't see any piece, nothing. Your wristwatches, your awards, your pictures with presidents, everything I got as Emeka Ike was gone. It was just that box I went to America with. So connecting with no carpenter on the social space. No bricklayer is a woman beat on the social space. You have to be successful. And there are people like Iyabo Ojo that are there to back them up and say, hey, yes, Kilode, Kilode. Now, your experience as Iyabo Ojo might not be the same thing with that lady, because that could be a criminal. Anybody who interacts with assassins, gunmen, is a criminal, male or female. So we need to understand that the social space is polluted in Nigeria. I'm a resident in Germany. My family also lives in Nuremberg. You don't put everything out there. You just don't go on air and post anything. So when I hear people say, it's my right, your right to abuse me, to give me a wrong image, and sorry is all I get for it, somebody needs to regulate our social space.
So you said sorry is all I get for it. Has she apologized?
If it was deliberate, there's no apology coming, because there's a lot to cover for. Man, I was haunted like a rabbit. Gunmen were coming to my house, marksmen. Go to Magodo police post. You see my statements. Marksmen were in my house this afternoon. Oh, 6 men came to my house the other night. Oh, some men came with gun. Not jokes. Then I was after Segun Arinze, because then as a human rights activist, I felt, well, they're coming for me because I'm fighting against them. It was a whole lot of manipulation.
Have you gotten your school back?
How can you get a school back? What's his name? The Minister of Aviation now. What's his name? That lawyer.
Festus Keyamo.
Festus Keyamo was to be my lawyer then. He was my lawyer. This lady, what's going on? I went on air. I was like, come on, I never did. Babe, what's going on? They said, do I? No, but you're a star, you know, they can always manipulate things and all that. So I felt I was gullible until I discovered that she was actually the one behind this whole thing. Some ladies are too desperate for marriage lately. And she actually told me one time that I'm not the marriage type. I didn't understand it. So the young man needs to know that there are plenty of ladies that are not the married type lately, and they're the ones that get you and I first. The good ones don't show the things, the signs that you want to go to a party with a girl, but these ladies show you everything you want to see, and then when you get into it, there's a luck. So it was depressing to find out that the person you were actually confiding in knows that men were coming to your house and was making calls with them and arranging and discussing this thing.
So I really want to touch on a very sensitive thing you said. If you feel free to talk about it, please. Because you did say something that you were going through marital issues and you were being accused of something you were not guilty of. on the internet space, you never came out to clarify anything.
Yeah, it's difficult to clarify yourself because the same people that are bullying you on the internet, they are still there. They're going to say whatever you say. They're like, no, don't mind him. He's still missing her. Why? Go ahead, move on. What? They just make you feel like, what's going on? And if you are not prepared to handle it, you'll be crushed. Okay? My secondary school, St. Nicholas College on CMD Road, Magodo, was shut down. Over $480 million naira investment. That year, 480 million naira investment was shut down, and all I had was constant battery. And I was always saying, look, it's very, very easy for me because you go through a lot of resilience, bottled up emotions, anger, confusion, misconstrued truths, making you feel manipulation, and you never know where it's coming from. Sometimes you want to please this person for the other person, but you don't even know that she's actually manipulating you. So I feel sorry for young men like you, especially. I don't know if you're married. I was asking someone at Aminu Kano airport yesterday. I just came through Saudi Arabia last night. I'm like, I'm sorry for the young men like you that are not married. Because the narrative out there is that it's all about the money. And when they come, they don't like you for nothing. You're just an issue. And you must be popular, you must be rich, you must be a very strong banker, a successful man to be a woman. And the resolution was, okay, after it all, blackmail him. I was busy grouping with the blackmail. I didn't know it was much more than that. So my school was shut down. Students were told, go home. This school is shut down. This marriage is shut down. On the same day, I was on air heading for a movie shoot in America. They already knew I was traveling. They were planning it. So I had to do, I was directing a movie and I was going to act in one of the movies. So 2 movies for G&J Pictures in Maryland. So they knew I was going to be away for a while. So they took their time to plan. So I was on air when she rang the bell. And all the students came out and said, look, I'm shutting down this school right now. You all have to go tell your parents, put you in another school. I wasn't waiting for it. I came back home to nothing.
So this girl in question, he married at 19, very early, right? We were childhood friends and he married her. And, they started life with the hope of a beautiful future. 4 children, you understand? The lady in question didn't grow up with a silver spoon. She's not, what's it called? She's one girl that has been through life. You know what I mean? She's worked so hard all her life. It hadn't been easy. The journey for all of us wasn't easy. So, when you now meet someone, he married her immediately after secondary school. She went to Federal Government College, Benin. So he married her immediately after secondary school. They got married, right? So you married a very young girl. All through this girl's life, you've tormented her. How do you come every single time? She's been keeping quiet for you. Every single time she's been through hell. You took away the children from her. All through this time she has been covering up. You know how these artists, all these stars, how they are. They don't have, they live according to, in the time of Emeka self, how much were they making as movie stars? How much? How can he come and say 400 million? 400 million what? This girl has been on the floor every day. Nothing, no shoes, no clothes, starving with her children just so that Emeka can buy fuel in his bloody car because he's a star. He cannot be walking around the streets of Lagos. You took her away from everybody. Everybody is sleeping with her. Everybody is there. You can imagine that kind of life. What kind of quality of life is that? This child went through everything. This man was beating her. This beat, I'm telling you, is not small beats. It's kick her down the stairs. Why would she go and start following what's it called? A hitman. This thing to kill you. Emeka, what do you have that somebody is killing you for?
What? What do you have? What is the thing you have? Somebody wants to kill you. She's been living with you for how many years? Has 4 children for you. Why did she kill you from your food? Why did she kill you from everything in the house that she could have done? Why does she need to go and start? How much does Emma have? How much does Emma have? How much does this young lady in question have? Gist lover, I want you to investigate this matter. This man, and this has to end. He has to stop. This last time, the one he did finally, he left his children. He is getting on with one lady in Germany. The lady she lives in Germany. She had children. She's South African, blah, blah, blah. You know how these men are. They are hustling. He's a hustler. He went and married somebody that already has children. You know? So now, he left the children, dumped them all on their own. 4 children. You left them. These children, no food, nothing. They were just there in that bungalow, somewhere inside Abuja. No food, nothing. Meanwhile, their mother was denied of seeing her children for years. My friend could not eat, could not sleep, could not move on, could not date anybody, could not do anything. Every night she's crying. Every night she's crying. Every day she's crying. Every time she sees my children, I had to run away from her. She's in tears. She's sad. She couldn't move on with her life. I kept on telling her, I said, see, now you need to work hard. These children are coming. Do you understand? They will come back to you. And when they come, what do you have to offer them? At some point, Emeka was living in a hotel with the children. Little children of how many years old? You are living in a hotel. How much does Emeka have? Which mumu school? 400 million investment. He's a bloody liar. Emeka rented that place, a long-term lease. This young lady tried her best to manage the school as best as she could. Do you understand? So where do you come from? Who are you? I'm just tired. Do you understand? Every time he wants to trend is this girl's name. The girl can't move on. She can't have a life. Why do women have to suffer? She has left you. She has moved on. You do whatever you like. You've remarried. You remarried. She did not remarry. She just wants to live her life for her children. Everything this Emma thinks about is her children, her children, her children. I can swear to God. I can swear. Enough is enough. At some point, she came and pitched with me. She was living in one place in Magodo, in one room, trying to teach. They were paying her 25,000 naira. Now this young lady has picked up the pieces, starting to patch her life. She had to go and get her children in Abuja, where Emeka dumped them. These children were eating rotten, contaminated food, fetching water on their head, no light. You can imagine a bungalow. This man still rented one room, 2-room bungalow. This man still rented one room to a copper. I left these children and went to Germany. What are we talking about here? She now had to go and get her children. Do you understand? So I don't even understand where Emeka is coming from. She never took his children away from him. These children have barely lived with her for 3 years. They barely lived with her for 3 years. He was in Germany. He didn't know where the children were all along, all this time. He cannot. His first 2 kids are already young adults and they have the right to see their father, right? My friend is not stopping them from seeing their father. They are allowed to see. She does not stop them because they are adults. They are young adults. But the other young ones, the other 2, cannot. He cannot have them anymore. You can't be dumping them as you please when it's convenient for you to go and hustle. Are you a prostitute? What kind of life are you teaching those children? They are in a better place. Their mother is working day and night. She's ready to lick the floor with her tongue to make sure that those children are fine. She's not abandoning them to go and be with another man. She's not. And trust me, Gist lover, it has been hard. It has been hard for this girl. The fact that she does not talk.